Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of The Agent's Edge. My name is Ryan Polimeni. On this episode, you asked, we answered. I want to go to a Q&A session that we had. And listen, if you have questions, I want you to email me at info@ryanpolimeni.com. You ask, I'll answer. Enjoy the episode. So IUL versus annuity, since they are two very different things, when I'm doing annuity sales, I'm looking obviously for people who have a large lump sum that they're going to do a rollover. So I want you to kind of think of what an annuity does and what it is. An annuity is an exchange. You're exchanging a lump sum for either an income for the rest of your life or for a safety net. Okay, so the typical annuity client is going to be somewhere in the age of 50 to 65, 70, right? So obviously if I've got someone in there, if they have an old 401k, then the annuity opportunity is probably going to be there. You cannot move a client's active 401k until they're age 59 and a half. So those are some of the criteria that we're going to start going through. Now, if they're 50 years old and they have an old 401k and they need income, that's a phenomenal opportunity for you to take that old 401k, roll it over into an annuity, and then let it sit there for 4, 5, 6, 7 years until they retire, and it'll give them that income for the rest of their life when they turn it on. So the longer it sits in there, the more the income will be. So those will be kind of the scenarios I look for on the annuity side. On the IUL side, I'm looking for people who are 25 to 45. Now, if they're over 45, I typically am not going to write an IUL for somebody who's 55 years old unless they have a significant amount of money they're going to put in on a monthly basis, because then it's not worth it for them. So I'll give you an example. The typical IUL that I'm writing for someone who's between 25 and 45 is in that sweet spot, $200 to $500 a month, giving them a lot of overfunding, a lot of death benefit. So it really benefits them. Now, if I've got someone who's 50 and they love the idea of an IUL, I'm going to be probably, I'm not going to do it for less than $400 or $500 a month minimally, because you have to have a significant amount going in. Now, some of the examples when I would do something like that is, let's say I'll give you a real life example. I've got a dentist that I'm working with right now, and he makes too much money to participate in a Roth 401k, but he's got a lot of money to put somewhere, and so again, now he goes from having 3 different ways to create tax-free retirement down to 2. He can do municipal bonds, or he can do an IUL. So for him, he's going to put anywhere between $1,000 to $1,500 a month into an IUL. That makes sense. He's 50, out of the 1,000, maybe $300 of it's going to the cost of insurance, and the other 700 is overfunding it. So in a situation like that, I'll work with someone who's a little bit older because they have the funds to do it. Now, for somebody like him, though, I'm not going to let him really pull any money out of the IUL until he's 65, 67, because I really need those 15 years of real growth to make sure that he has a significant amount to pull out later on. So those would be kind of differences is what I'm looking for from an age perspective. Because most of the time with IULs, you're not going to have this big lump sum go into it, because most people don't have it to put in. So it depends. But that's does that help with answering that? All right, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed that Q&A session. We have a lot more Q&As coming. But listen, don't forget, you don't want to miss the next Q&A. Hit the subscribe button. If you're watching, you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please go ahead and hit that now. If you thought this was helpful, make sure you hit the share button. And for the YouTube algorithm, please hit that like button. Thanks always for watching. We'll see you on the next episode.